How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Man, thanks for joining us in on this one. We're talking about the future of the Black church, and I think it's great to start off with the pastor here, Sebastian. Man, first question to you. As a Black pastor, where do you see the American church, Black church going?
Interesting, very interesting question. I think it's good. I think it's one of the best times for the Black church.
You do, like for real, like you would say, good season.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think we're going to have to be challenged with a lot of our predetermined and our indoctrinized thought. I think we're going to have to be challenged in our assimilated thought to really truly find our own identity, our own way, because we're in the conscious age, like literally in the conscious age, and some of our previous ideas and thoughts and practices are being challenged by, new information being available on such a broad scan. We're going to have to change our theology. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I think those that are available to it are going to meet the need, and we're going to see an outcome that's going to increase the body as a whole tremendously.
What would you say to pastors who would say, man, they're concerned?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I talked to a lot of them who would go, man, they would much rather pastor 30 years ago than they are now. What would you say to them?
Wake up. Make themselves available to greater truths, make themselves available to a deeper African heritage theology, which is actual truth. So that's what I would challenge them.
You think we're heading a good season?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Very, very interesting.
Now, not to say that it's not going to get rougher, but I believe this is the time to be available and create the next level.
I like to add on to that. It's not necessarily the theology as much as the methodology. What I'm seeing with Generation Z, the millennials and others, is that they want their voices to be heard. They want to be a part of. They want to engage. So they don't want to come and sit and be passive. They want to be a part of the conversation. And they want to talk about the issues of today. As you were saying, they're very conscious now, as they said, the woke church. And I think we have an opportunity as the African American church, but I also think we're facing a lot of challenges. Tradition sometimes hold us back.
As a pastor's wife, and I say that with the highest respect, what are you seeing? I mean, from your friends who you're talking to, what are some issues that they would go, and these are deep concerns? Because usually pastors talk to their wives more than any other person. Usually, it's good and bad, probably. What are they saying to you?
There's so many issues. We're dealing now with what do we do with the gender issues? What are we dealing with those who are wrestling with their sexuality? And they are believers who are saying, I want to be gay, or I am gay. How do we handle that? We are focusing and we're looking at the breakdown of the African-American family. It's breaking down fast. My husband and I work with at the Crisis Pregnancy Center. We're dealing with those who are abortion-minded. We're dealing with those who are within the church and they don't know how to handle their relationships. So their relationship issues, the blended family. I mean, the issues are coming at us fast.
Wow. Faster than what we've ever seen. Would you say that?
Faster than we've ever seen before.
You've been so long time. Trey, you deal with students, youth, Generation Z, which may be a new term to some of our people.
Right.
So who is Generation Z, if you don't mind me asking that question? Then what are you seeing in the lives of Black youth?
So Generation Z, I can't remember it right off the top of my head where they start at. Pretty much they're probably freshmen.
Somewhere between, if I'm not mistaken,
like
2000-ish. It's a pretty broad spectrum there.
Continued, right?
To 2000, I think,
8-ish.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you have in betweeners, people who kind of relate, older Generation Z who relate more with the millennials than they do the people in their generation. But pretty much they're the new church that grew up with technology present. These are the kids that grew up with the iPads in their hands at 1 and 2. These are the kids who know how to navigate a search engine at 4 or 5.
That's right.
And who started figuring out faster what not to go to, what to go to, knew how to work Xfinity remotes and stuff like that. So this generation is technology conscious, social. They find their identity in what's around them more so than what's at home. So you have a whole new rules, new morality rules, new everything.
The technology stuff is coming at us fast. What do you say to older people who would go, my daughter, who's 6, probably knows how to navigate an iPad better than I do by far. What do you say to older people who would go, man, they're nervous about what's coming? And why should they not be about this current generation coming?
Because you can get ahead of it. They're not making the technology. It's our generation that's making the technology and feeding it to them.
And should we fear them?
No.
No, okay.
You never fear a generation, right? Is what are you teaching them? So sometimes you can say, like they said, you get the same, from the likes on Instagram, you get the same dopamine effects as you are on drugs. Restrict. You don't let your kids do all kind of drugs. Don't let them be all on stuff. And then you teach them the value of real human interaction versus this social interaction. And the problem is, here, take this, get out my face. And then when you have society raising your kids, they're gonna get whatever the world teaches them, and they value. They like, it's, you know, the stigma is that Generation Z doesn't like discipline, they unruly, they don't respect people. Yeah, they don't, because they don't talk to people. They talk to each other through media. So why I don't have to respect you? I can bully you online.
And for most of our people, they may be thinking, you know, millennials are the young generation. Millennials now have kids.
Yeah, we're old.
They're now the parents of some of these. Yes, okay. Mack, you know, you're in ministry, but outside of ministry, you know, football player, pretty good teams there. What are your friends saying about the typical black church? Can you be honest with us here on this one?
So my friends talking about, like, think about me, I'm looking, y'all inside looking out, I'm outside looking in. So I feel like it's a gap right now between the millennials and the elders. So like sometimes we go to church, you are right, some people do get stereotyped if they dress a certain way at churches, or, you know, or the community of, like, you know, like the gays and stuff, like people feel like they're not accepted in the church. And I feel like on that topic, you know, I can't really hit that topic, but I feel like, you know, Christ, you got to love everybody. So like I have family that's in that community. I have friends in that community. So what I do, I just teach Christ to whoever needs it. No matter what color, no matter what gender, no matter what race. So I feel like if we accept more people and they have an open heart to accept them, I feel like the millennials and the elders won't have such a gap right now. It is a gap right now. And I don't have no kids right now, but I know being a mentor of my foundation of Built Tough, and I see the youth, they are on their iPads all the time. So sometimes I tell them, like, you know, it's okay to say hi to somebody. It's okay to get off your iPad or your computer and just, you know, talk to your classmates, go outside and play, because we grew up playing around. And that's why I see a lot of kids now, they out of shape because all they want to do is be on their computers.
We'll go there.
Right.